Good morning and welcome to Heartland Makes and Outdoors. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some important information, especially if you are a Jackson Knarr owner, and it has to do with the bunks on the trailer. So let's get to the video. Good morning, guys, and thanks for tuning in to Heartland Makes and Outdoors. As you guys, if you've been following along very long, you know that I typically do not upload on a Sunday. However, this is important enough that I don't want to wait till my normal upload day to share this information with you guys. If you guys have watched the video that I posted recently about turning a utility trailer into a kayak trailer, I'll put a link up here so that you guys can watch that. If you watch this video, you're going to see that I built the trailer using the PVC pipe bunks as recommended by several people. I got contacted by one of the Jackson Knarr owners who's actually had his Jackson Knarr for a year now. He's got a 2022 model, and he told me, he said, look, he said, Dale, he said, your trailer build looks great. He goes, but I want to warn you, he said, those PVC pipes are going to warp the bottom of your kayak. He said the way that the Jackson Knarr is molded is that the sides are actually flat. Now, yeah, there's a curve from front to back, but the sides are flat. And he said that he had his on a PVC bunk and it ended up warping the bottom. Now, of course, if you guys have been around kayaks very long, you know that you can flip it upside down, let the sun heat it up, and it'll kind of mold back into its original position, but that takes time for that to happen. So essentially what I did is I went out, took the PVC pipe bunks off, and I went to Lowe's and I bought some cedar. And the cedar 2x4s that I'm using for the bunks, the reason that I went with cedar, number one, is it's a lot easier to kind of form them. And then number two, they were still a little bit wet, which will make it easier to form as well. So basically what I did is I pulled the pipe off. So depending on what kind of saw you're using, if you can actually cut your 2x4s on a 15-degree angle, in my mind, it's about as close as you get. If you guys are engineers for Jackson, you can let me know or correct me if I'm wrong. It may be 14 degrees. 15 degrees is what I used. I've still got the two runners, front and back. So what I did is I cut 8 of these basically spacers just to hold your bunks at the angle. So you've got the two 2x4 runners. You've got 4 on each side. And again, they're on a 15-degree angle. After I attached the bunks to the bunk supports, front and rear, I ran a ratchet strap in the middle of each bunk. The idea on running the ratchet strap is I needed to pull those bunks out and down so that you'd get that curve from front to back. And then, like I say, you've also got a space where it's thinner at the front, thinner at the back, but wider in the middle, which is where you get your stability of your kayak. And I ratcheted them down until I got it sitting on the bunks, exactly fitting the kayak just like it came from the factory. As you guys know, this kayak's less than a week old. I let that set for about 5 days, 4 or 5 days, just with the weight of the kayak itself and those ratchet straps pulling down and out. After it'd been on there about 4 or 5 days, I pulled the kayak back into the shop, and I just made another little support system that goes right in the middle to kind of help hold the bunks in place when the kayak's not on it, on the trailer, i.e. at the lake or wherever else. I plan on leaving my kayak on this trailer. For the most part, it's going to be how I store the kayak. And again, guys, I wanted to say a huge shout out and thank you to Jeremy for pointing that out to me. As you guys know, it's a big expense for me jumping into a new kayak. The last thing I need is something to happen to it. I feel like this is as good a bunk system as a guy could have. And like I said, I bought the indoor-outdoor carpet at Lowe's, and I bought the cedar 2x4s at Lowe's, replaced the bunks, and this thing fits like a glove. You can actually shove it onto the trailer and it will set down into the spot that it's sitting on. Also, another thing that I did do, if you guys will notice, I was able to find a piece of 2x3 steel which was 2 foot longer. So I added a lot longer tongue onto the front of the trailer. So now it's basically problem free with the new longer tongue. Big shout out to Saw Stop. If you guys if you guys have any extra Saw Stop parts laying around, that Works great for a tongue. I'll show you a picture of it real quick. That actually was made for a saw stop table saw. But I got the tongue extension on the trailer, and guys, I have had it out. I've used the trailer with the tongue extension, and I've only been out on the water once. I'm currently working on tackle management system for the new Jackson Knarr, the 2023 Jackson Knarr, and I'll probably have at least one of those videos posting soon. We did restart up our Instagram page. If you guys like making lures, making parts for your kayak, doing any of that kind of stuff, I'd like to encourage you to jump over to Heartland Makes and Outdoors on Instagram and follow us over there as well. Again, guys, this is just kind of a quick update. I felt like it was important enough, instead of waiting on a regular upload day, go ahead and get this out there to any of you Jackson Knarr owners. It's something to think about. If you have a Jackson Knarr and you've had it for a while, I'd love to hear from you. List down in the comments down below how you're storing your kayak, and have you had any problems, any of that kind of stuff. Again, we appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes. May you have a blessed week, and let's get outside and make something happen. Well, there she is with the seat out. You guys may be asking yourself, why in the world is he taking his seat out? Guys, I'm 50-something years old, and this boat's got to last me the rest of my life. I'm going to do everything I can in my power to make sure that it doesn't get cracks in it, and it's well protected. We're going to swing by a car wash, blow this goopy goop off.